everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I thought it might be helpful to do a short video on perhaps like different visas or different ways that you could look into getting into Canada. So here's just a few that I have read up on. So obviously, as you know, me and my family are going via LMIA with my husband's job. So with the LMIA, it's a sponsorship where an employer has to be approved to hire a foreign worker to do the job. They do have to prove that no other Canadian citizen are able to do the job, and they will have to re-advertise the job for 30 days. Once they qualify, they have to send you over like a job contract, your LMIA, and a copy of your like a job offer, things like that. And then either they can apply for your work permit, or you can apply for your work permit online, or you can do what me and my family did, and you can go via getting your work permit at point of entry. You can only get your work permit at point of entry once you have a complete LMIA. So once that's been sorted, then you can do that. But I thought that I would just drop in a couple of other options. So you do have an IEC, which is an International Experience Canada. That is for people under the age of 30. I believe it's 18 to 30. There is like another option, which is called BUNAC, I think it's called, BUNAC. You have to buy them. So that's up to like 34-year-olds. You have to ring them like on the day and apply and buy it, but there's no guarantee. Obviously, there are different costs for your visas and your work permits. You have to pay for those things. So yeah, IEC is an option. That's a 2-year working holiday visa. You don't have to have a job or in place, but once you've been approved, you get like put into a pool, and then when you get pulled out of the pool, you get your POE, and then once you've got that, then you can book your flights and go. You do have to have, I think it's a minimum of $2,500 in your account, I believe it is. So yeah, you have to have that to support yourself, but I would recommend having as much as you can to support yourself if you go into another country, especially if you don't have a job already lined up. And yeah, so that's the IEC. I will put some links below with the websites, like the Canada.ca website with all of the information about different visas. Another option is a study visa. Again, I would like to just point out, this is purely information that I've researched myself. I am in no way like an immigration person, so please do your own research. These are just helpful hints and tips that I've, information that I've come across. So I hope that it is helpful for you guys. So for many people considering to study abroad or move into Canada, pursuing an education, the study route, the study visa is optional, It's really popular, and basically, to put it very briefly, a study permit is a document that allows you to study in Canada. It's not a visa. Many people think it's a visa. It's not. You will have to apply once you've got your study permit. I will go over like what you would be required to apply for a study, or the requirements to get a study permit. So it's not a visa. You would need a visitor visa, and then or you would have to get an ETA, which is an electronic travel authorization. That basically is attached to your passport. So when you enter the country or leave the country, they will see that. It's an electronic tag on your passport, basically. So you would also need that too. And then once your permit is approved, you will then be issued that alongside your permit, but you have to get your study permit approved first. I don't believe that there is like an age limit on study permits. If there is, I'm sorry, but I'll give you the information, like the link below. Hopefully that will be helpful. So the requirements for a study permit is, firstly, you need your proof of acceptance. So you'll get a letter of acceptance when you've obviously applied for it with a college or whatever. They'll give you a letter of acceptance. You will need that to apply for your study permit. Then you would also need your proof of identity as well, so such as your passport, things you would need something like that, birth certificates, you would need that, and then proof of financial support. You will need to prove that you are financially stable enough to support yourself for the duration that you are in Canada. Plus, if you have any dependents, you'd need enough to support them as well, alongside you. You will also need a letter of explanation. So you'd need to write a letter explaining why you want to study in Canada. And, you know, you'd have to really go into detail about it, basically, as to why it would be best for you and what you could, you know. But I'll drop the link below. There'll be more information on the website. Please head over to the website to get all the information you need. But the study visa is another route. There are loads, but I've just wrote a couple down at the moment. I will spend more time when I have more time. Obviously, I have a lot going on myself at the moment. But obviously, I've had quite a lot of you message me saying, you know, do you know of any other routes or this and, you know, or if they have, like, or did you look into this route? Or, yeah, I did. But I kind of, once I'd chosen, there were like 3 main ones that I was going to look into. So there was BCPNP, which is British Columbia's provincial nomination program. So that's really for PR. Now, I did look into that one, but I want to do that once I'm there. So we'll apply for BCPNP once we're there to get PR. That's my plan anyway. And then I also looked at IEC because I was under 30 at the time. But as far as I'm aware, you can't take dependents on an IEC. And then on top of that, I then looked into the LMIA. I also looked into Express Entry Federal Skilled Worker, which the abbreviation for that is FSWP. You will probably see that a lot. It's one of the most popular streams. It's targeted at skilled workers with foreign work experience. So we can also apply for that once we're in Canada. So once my husband's been there for a year and he's got his year's work experience, Canadian work experience, we can apply for Express Entry and apply for PR that way as well. So as I said, it's one of the most popular streams. It's targeted at skilled workers with foreign work experience who want to move permanently. There are a lot of documents for this one, so it can be a little bit daunting, but I won't panic. It's all just paperwork. If you do admin jobs or you work in an office, you can do paperwork. It sounds scary. When the things that they're asking you for, it sounds scary, but it's not. It's not at all. Once you break it down and you think, okay, I need a passport, I need a picture, I need this, I need a language test. Things like it's just book an appointment, go for it. Like it's not as scary as it seems. Just if you are thinking about it, try. If you don't try, you'll never know. So back to the Express Entry Federal Skilled Worker Program. I'm going to go through the documents that are required for this one. So you would need a valid passport or travel document. You would need a language test. So there's IELTS, so IELTS, and there is another one. I can't remember the abbreviation for that one. They are slightly different. I do believe, obviously, once you're applying, you'll be sent like an appointment to book an appointment. Or I think you can actually book an appointment yourself before, so you have it. So yeah, you need a language test. You need proof of Canadian education or an ECA. An ECA is an education credential assessment. So if you don't have a Canadian education, you would need your education credentials assessed, essentially. There are specific, you have to get it done by specific people, so you will need to look into that as to who can do those. You may need a provincial nomination, like I was explaining earlier. So we were looking at the BCPNP. There are other provincial nomination programs for different provinces. So depending on the province, you will need to look on their province website for specific things. You'd need a written job offer from a Canadian employer, proof of work experience, and you'd need a certificate of qualifications in the trade that you are working in or wanting to work in. So say if you was a carpenter, you need certificates, or if you was a gas engineer, you'd need your gas license, your gas ticket. I don't know what it's called, but you'd need like your credentials to say that you're qualified. I think those, MVQs, if you're from England, and we were brought up on MVQs when we were in school, MVQs or diploma, whatever, these things, it baffles me that we have spent our whole life growing up learning to do these, to get these MVQs when we leave school. They mean nothing to anywhere else, which, as a country, England, the UK, why would you not want your country, your people in your country to be able to, do you know what, it blew my mind that MVQs mean nothing. I just think, what a waste of time, what an absolute waste of my time and everyone else's time. I was furious about it. Put so much pressure on you about these MVQs and they're worth nothing. I was furious. Anyway, so if you have MVQs in Canada, they're nothing. So you would need them, like your education assessment, basically. You'd need everything assessing. So you'd need your proof of your work experience, your certificate of qualifications in the trade that you're going for. And then you would also need, your certificate of qualifications in the trade occupation issued by a Canadian province or territory, okay? And then you would lastly need proof of funds to support yourself for the duration that you are in Canada. And also you need enough funds for the amount of people that you're taking with you. So say if you've got a family of 4, there's a specific amount that they ideally want you to have. That is, again, on the Canada government website. You'll be able to see that on there. There's so many options of getting into Canada. So if you are looking into it and you think, oh, I can't, or I don't know what to do, I don't know who to go for, look at the website. Find one that's suitable for you or your partner or your husband or your wife, whatever. Go for it. Go for it. Honestly, in my opinion, where I live, it's got nothing to offer us. At the moment, I've got a 3-bedroomed house and my electric bill went from £87 a month for a 3-bedroom house for a family of 4. It has jumped to £349 a month from 80. Well, I'll say 90. It was near 90. How that's possible. I know that there's been obviously a huge rise all over. Everyone's going through it. Like, fuel this summer I've heard fuel is going to be £2 a litre. I went to the petrol station the other day and I put £10 worth of fuel in my car. Usually that'd probably give me a pip, maybe 2. Didn't even take me out of the, so I've got like one of them digital things, so it tells me that how many miles I've got left in my tank. It had gone down to where so after like 34 miles, when you get to 34, it goes like line. So it tells you that you're really low. I got to just 34 and I watched it go to the lines. I went and put a tenner in for 4 days. It didn't go up. It didn't even give me 1 pip. And then then my clutch went, which, I had to pay for a new clutch, took it to the garage, came back, it finally went up and it gave me a pip after 4 days. So either the fuel is just worth nothing. It's a shocking joke, obviously. I know that in Canada, the rent has gone through the roof at the moment. House sale prices have gone through the roof. I am hoping surely we should be heading for a crash at some point because this is unreal. How are people supposed to survive? But yeah, that's one of the other reasons. I just think the UK is just shambles. There's nothing, it's got nothing to offer my family. It's got nothing to offer us. The education, the kids are stabbing each other, for goodness sake. Like, how awful is that? Young children, like 13, 14-year-olds going out with knives. Like, I know obviously you have crime everywhere, but it's terrifying. Like, children need to be children for much longer. But yeah, enough of that nonsense. Anyway, there are some options for you to look into of different visas that might work for you. Please look at the Canada's website. Go Google Canada government website, and it will come up. I think it's like Canada. I don't know if it's Canada Service. I'll link it below. I hope that it helps you. If you need anything, please don't hesitate to message me. I will do everything I can to help you. There's a huge community that I am a part of now on Facebook. So you've got like the British Expats page, you've got the IEC, it's called O Canada IEC, I think it's called. That's amazing for people wanting to go through IEC, but there's also a lot of people on there that can tell you so much more information. There's so many people putting their experiences on there, arrival experiences, flying experiences. Look into them, definitely. If there's anything that I can help you with, please don't hesitate to get in touch. I'm happy to help. But yeah, please watch my other vlogs of our experience and timescales and things like that of us getting to Canada. We will be booking our flights hopefully in the next few days, and I will do a new video soon to update you on that. In the meantime, have a great day. Lovely. Bye.